Hi everyone, it's author Sandra Wilson as Kindness Kangaroo, and here we are in the Kindness Kangaroo library for another Storytime session. Today we're going to talk about ponds and turtles in the book How a Turtle Finds Home, which was written and illustrated by Roxy. And of course, as always, in the links below I will provide a way for you to find the book for yourself. So let's hear the story and then we can talk a little bit more about it. The light of the morning shone through the trees, brightening the waters of a small pond. Tall reeds and thick bushes surrounded the water, adding to its beauty. Many types of plants and creatures called this place home. Today, a brand new member would begin a journey to find a home here. Freshly hatched from an egg, a very young turtle was rustling around in the thick grass. He was eager to find his way through to the shore and begin his adventure. There he is, so cute. Once he spotted it, he heaved himself over the grass straight into the water. The splash he made was soft and quiet. The little turtle was a natural swimmer. He paddled amongst rocks and plants. He played a game of tag with a water beetle. You see that little beetle? Minnows were tricky to catch, but the ones he did eat were a tasty breakfast. The turtle came across some strange half-buried objects resting in the sand. The large one had rusty colors and some cracks. The smaller object still had some shine to it. People sometimes lose things in the pond. It didn't take long for him to get hungry again. Instead of chasing minnows, he swam to the water's surface. There he found some tasty water lettuce that was crispy and crunchy. The turtle dove back under water where he discovered a huge stone slab. He decided it might be fun to play in the sand. Perhaps he might find another tasty meal. He spent some time studying the midge larvae that hid in the sand. Were they peculiar friends or wiggly turtle snacks? There we go, there's some midge larvae. As he focused on the mystery, a massive shadow creeped above him, startling him. Frightened, the turtle quickly tucked his head and limbs into his shell. He stayed very still, pretending to be a rock, in the hopes that the enormous fish would not mistake him for dinner. Luckily, the fish didn't spot him and continued swimming. Until he was a bigger turtle, he'd have to be careful of other large, hungry creatures living in this pond. Suddenly, the turtle heard a sound calling out to him. Nervously peeking out from his shell, he saw a surprising sight. Sitting together under the stone were 4 young turtles. 3 of them were a little taller than he was, and the other was very petite. Each one had unique colors and markings on their faces, fronts, and shells. The turtle with red markings on his cheeks waved to the little turtle, inviting him to come and say hello. When he came over, the turtles told him how brave he was for being up close to the giant fish. They introduced themselves as Alice, the midland painted turtle, Sylvan, the wood turtle, James, the red-eared slider turtle, and Kieran, the spotted turtle. The little turtle told them he didn't have a name, so they decided he would be called Lucas. Lucas, the Blandings turtle. They welcomed him to join their group. It would be safer and a lot more fun to swim with friends. Everyone chatted about all the wonders and sights of the pond for a little while. Soon the eldest turtle, Sylvan, told them it was time to return to the surface above. He led everyone to a spot he had found a while ago. One by one, each turtle popped out of the water to climb up onto a smooth, flat stone. Rays of warmth shone from the sky. It felt amazing to the turtles, especially on their shells. Sylvan explained that the heat came from the sun. All turtles, big or small, needed to spend time bathing in this light. The soothing sunshine caused the turtles to feel drowsy, and everyone piled close together and fell fast asleep. Lucas remained awake a little longer. He smiled as he gazed into the distance. Surrounded by his new friends and the sound of the pond's rippling water, he thought to himself, This will be my new home. So there we go, How a Turtle Finds Home, written and illustrated by Roxy Reed. And so that was a fun story that taught us a little bit about the different types of turtles and other things that we might find in a pond. Have you ever visited a pond? It's so much fun to see the different things swimming and growing there, and sometimes you can see the birds or the beavers. There's sometimes otters. So there's all sorts of different things that you can find at a pond. So it might be kind of neat to go and have a bit of a scavenger hunt. Maybe make a list of different things that are mentioned here in How a Turtle Finds a Home. So write about the fish and the midge larvae and the different types of turtles, and then walk to a pond and see if you can see any of these creatures. So that would be really fun to read the story and then go to a pond and discover some of those things you just learned about in the story. Or go visit a pond, make a note of some of the things that you've seen there, and create your own story about what it may be like at a pond. You know, what animals maybe would be friends there. I always see a lot of ducks, so what are the ducks thinking? What are they saying? What are they doing? You know, what does their day look like? And it doesn't have to be a real story about real ducks. You can have some fun, imagine, and then be inspired by the ducks and tell a great story. And if you do, I would love to hear it, so make sure you send it to me. Okay, everybody, that's it for this Storytime session. I hope you enjoyed the story, How a Turtle Finds Home, written and illustrated by Roxy Reed, and I'll see you next time on the next Storytime session. Bye.